March 11th, 2020. The Utah Jazz and the Oklahoma City Thunder game is postponed. In the days that followed, movie theaters, restaurants, grocery stores, churches, barber shops, and many other essential businesses followed suit and closed. Tom Hanks, Rita Wilson, Idris Elba, and many other celebrities announced they have tested positive, and we enter into unprecedented times. The world seemingly stops, and through all the uncertainty and confusion, there's only one question on all of our minds. What does this mean for the Oscars? Everything was pulled from the release schedule. Some films were pushed to 2021, and some were pulled with no real plan for when they'd release. Others were given PVOD streaming releases, but that meant they wouldn't meet the current Oscar eligibility rules of needing to have a theatrical run. I remember reading an article, that I can't find anymore, that was making their Oscar predictions if the 2 months of releases were really going to be the only eligible films. That list included a bunch of Emma, Birds of Prey, and The Invisible Man. It was the first time I realized how crucial the Oscar season was for release dates. Year after year, studios pack their Oscar contenders in the back half of the year, so it's still fresh on the voters' minds. Now, that's not to say that there's no Oscar films ever released in the first half of the year, but they are rarer. Ever since that Oscar season, I've kept track of all of my Oscar nominations as each film is released, to see how many nominations the real Oscar contenders can rack up early on, and to see what films that have no shot at a real nomination could get a nomination if they were announced in August. So in today's video, we are going to take a look at what the Oscar nominations would be if the Academy decided to do a halfway ceremony. The following nominations are a blend of what I think would really get nominated and what I would personally nominate if it were up to me. So obviously this isn't a set in stone list. I have also seen just about every film that is getting nominated today, so there is a good chance that I am missing some nominations from films I have yet to see. There's also 5 categories: international, documentary, and the live action, animated, and documentary shorts, that I haven't seen enough films to have a good grasp of the category, so those won't be announced today. And one final note. When this video was recorded, Trap hadn't been released yet, but obviously has from when this video is being uploaded, so even though I'm sure it would have had a great shot at getting a nomination or two, it is not eligible. And I suppose I should give the same disclaimer for why Harold and the Purple Crayon won't be seen today, but, well, yeah, you know. Without further ado, here are the nominations. Best Supporting Actor: Javier Bardem, Dune Part 2. Austin Butler, Dune Part 2. Mike Feist, Challengers. Chris Hemsworth, Furiosa, A Mad Max Saga. And Hugh Jackman, Deadpool and Wolverine. For Best Costume Design: Dune Part 2. Furiosa, A Mad Max Saga. Kinds of Kindness. Lisa Frankenstein. And Problemista. Best Makeup and Hairstyling: Dune Part 2. Furiosa, A Mad Max Saga. Hitman. Longlegs. And Sasquatch Sunset. For Best Adapted Screenplay: The Bike Riders. Dune Part 2. Furiosa, A Mad Max Saga. Hitman. And Inside Out 2. Best Original Screenplay: Challengers. Civil War. I Saw the TV Glow. Kinds of Kindness. And Longlegs. Best Supporting Actress: Rebecca Ferguson, Dune Part 2. Katie O'Brien, Love Lies Bleeding. Kaylee Spaney, Civil War. Tilda Swinton, Problemista. Zendaya, Dune Part 2. Best Original Song: Ain't No Love in Oklahoma, from Twisters. Claw Machine, from I Saw the TV Glow. Compress, Repress, from Challengers. Double Life, from Despicable Me 4. And Not My Fault, from Mean Girls. Best Original Score: Challengers. Dune Part 2. Furiosa, A Mad Max Saga. Inside Out 2, and Kinds of Kindness. Best Animated Feature: Despicable Me 4, The Garfield Movie, Inside Out 2, Kung Fu Panda 4, and Orion and the Dark. Best Production Design: Challengers, Dune Part 2, The Fall Guy, Furiosa, a Mad Max Saga, and Problemista. Best Editing: Challengers, Civil War, Dune Part 2, Furiosa, a Mad Max Saga, and Kinds of Kindness. Best Sound Design: Challengers, Dune Part 2, Furiosa, a Mad Max Saga, A Quiet Place Day 1, and Twisters. Best Visual Effects: Deadpool and Wolverine, Dune Part 2, Furiosa, a Mad Max Saga, Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes, and Twisters. Best Cinematography: Challengers, Dune Part 2, Furiosa, a Mad Max Saga, I Saw the TV Glow, and Longlegs. Best Actor: Timothée Chalamet, Dune Part 2, Josh O'Connor, Challengers, Dev Patel, Monkey Man, Glenn Powell, Hitman, and Justice Smith, I Saw the TV Glow. Best Actress: Micah Monroe, Longlegs, June Squibb, Thelma, Emma Stone, Kinds of Kindness, Anya Taylor-Joy, Furiosa, a Mad Max Saga, and Zendaya, Challengers. Best Director: Luca Guadagnino, Challengers, Denis Villeneuve, Dune Part 2, George Miller, Furiosa, a Mad Max Saga, Jane Schoenbrunn, I Saw the TV Glow, Yorgos Lanthimos, Kinds of Kindness. And finally, Best Picture: The Bike Riders, Challengers, Civil War, Dune Part 2, Furiosa, a Mad Max Saga, Hitman, I Saw the TV Glow, Inside Out 2, Kinds of Kindness, and Longlegs. And that's it. Those are the 2024 Halfway Oscar nominations. On screen now are the nomination totals for each film. Again, I haven't seen every film released this year, so I'm sure I've missed a nomination or two that I would have had. Let me know in the comments down below what films you think I snubbed, or what nominations you would personally make. If you would like to subscribe to the channel and like the video, I would greatly appreciate it. Have a great day.